And the chants go up for Crawford. There's a great electricity in the crowd here. It's wonderful. The atmosphere is terrific. Scheduled for 12, WBO Lightweight Championship. And hope wherever you're watching around the world, you're going to enjoy this one. Here we go, round one. 135-pound championship of the world.
First jab by Crawford.
We get the word that the attendance is 10,943, so they turned out en masse.
That's about 1,000 more than saw Joe Frazier.
Fight Ron Standard.
Right, Ron Standard.
For the heavyweight championship of the world some 42 years ago. Outside, this is the kitchen for Terence Crawford. He can stay out here all night and outbox him with that height and reach advantage.
And he's plenty content doing so. He spoke about that during the week. If I need to make sure I use my reach, my jab, and take advantage of my size, and I'm perfectly comfortable fighting around the outside.
He's the fastest guy in the ring, the quickest guy, and he comes up against somebody as quick as him, maybe quicker. It changes the equation.
Not much has landed. Not much difference between the two fighters so far. If I had to guess, I'd say that Crawford has landed more blows than has Gamboa. Risks, because you're not going to be able to box this guy like this from this position all night.
Good hard jab by Crawford.
Almost buckled the legs of Gamboa.
I don't think this crowd will get to him in that sense. I think he'll be very under control all night long, doing exactly what he needs to do.
Good right hand on the inside by Crawford.
And here we go with round number two. See if anything changes. There's the jab immediately in the face of Gamboa. Gamboa to the left of your screen. That's Terence to the right. Red trim on the trunks of Yuriorkis Gamboa from Cuba.
Not too much of that showing early, Colonel. I think he's looking okay out there, but that was a big question that a lot of fight fans had coming into this match, was if it was going to show little rust.
Well, it's early to note, you know, but veteran fighter spends a lot of time in the gym. Maybe not so much.
So light left hook upstairs that time. Does Gamboa. Gamboa as a featherweight, nothing short of sensational, especially with the height difference that Crawford has. But Gamboa has been fighting taller guys almost his whole career. Lightweight. He's a lightweight champion with a lot of skills.
And a big lightweight. His team speaking somewhat candidly, but it was a little tough for him making 135 this time around, Colonel.
Yeah, talked that Bob Arum talked about him wanting to go, or at least the promoter wanting him to go to 140. But all of that's academic right now. And Gino says no, and Gamboa gives him the bow. Good shot landed by Gamboa. You giving that round to, Larry?
I gave it to Gamboa.
Right here, right there. And Gino Rodriguez will admonish him for that. And again, Gino says, hey, watch it. Both of these guys 23-0. Both have 16 knockouts. This round.
I think he came out of the last round feeling good about himself, that maybe he found the formula to deal with the upright Crawford and all of his advantages. Well, Colonel, what I was talking about earlier, that when a fighter suddenly meets somebody who might be a little quicker than him, picture changes. Good right hand on the inside, but didn't hurt Gamboa.
Crawford elects to go for southpaw. Gamboa lands a light right and then a decent left hand. And this left-handed style.
Gamboa has seen a lot of left-handed punches in his day.
Cheekbones a little bit puffy on the face of Gamboa so far. Terence is better defensively when he fights right-handed. Closing seconds of the third round. They exchange shots, but I think Gamboa got the better of it. Show you a bit of the holding right here. You see, Chino comes in, gives a voice command, then he finally has to separate the two guys. The right hand landing, another right hand. That's part of the reason why I gave that round to Yuriorkis Gamboa. This is round 4. CenturyLink Center, the hometown of the champion, Terence Crawford. Now let's see if Crawford can make an adjustment from the last 2 rounds that may or may not have gone in favor of Gamboa. They have an our score sheets, but we're unofficial.
Beat a fighter who comes from a place where a lot of good fighters come from, irrespective of their individual standings in the place. That, you know, boxing deeply embedded in it in Cuba.
His punches aren't as powerful when he fights in this manner, and he's getting hit more as that right hand. Terence doesn't look as good boxing as a southpaw as he does as a right-handed fighter. He thinks that he has a lot more power in his left hand when he fights as a southpaw, and that's why he does it.
Yeah, he's susceptible to that right hand of Gamboa every time he switches, Colonel.
Well, he's not switching. He's just fighting left-handed now.
There's the left hand got through, but did it shake Gamboa? Gamboa's on the assault, putting pressure still.
He took Crawford's punch really well in there. Crawford landed a solid shot.
And that was a question, too, coming into the fight, Larry, was Gamboa's chin. It's been a question.
Well, he's been down 6 times in his career, but he's always come off the canvas. The bell ends round 4. There's that sneaky shot that Gamboa get in at the end of the hold. Protect yourselves at all times. There were times for Crawford in that round, but I thought Gamboa landed the heavier blows. I'm giving it to him on my score sheet. I've got Gamboa winning 3 of the first 4 rounds. If he thinks that fighting as a southpaw is confusing Gamboa, it's not confusing him in the slightest.
I don't think he's trying to confuse Gamboa. I think that when he was fighting him in his conventional style, he just saw that Gamboa had an advantage over him, which solved him, and that he just feels he has to fight him southpaw. Little welt alongside the right eye of Gamboa.
He's had that puffy cheek for a couple of rounds now.
Good little right hand hook by Crawford.
And remember, Terence said when he fights as a southpaw, he feels like he has more power with his left, but he's not landing many lefts.
I think Terence needs to go back to using the jab a little bit more, keeping that distance.
Now he's trying to figure this guy out. He's not touching him when he's jabbing as a southpaw.
Oh, he hurt him with the right hand.
Yeah, he staggered him with the left hand. He hurt him with the right, then the left hand dropped it. Now how about that?
And the roof is about to blow in this place, Colonel.
Gamboa got a little too reckless.
Well, you said he was going to have to at some stage, and he's real reckless now, but his legs aren't there. Terence touches him up with a pretty good jab, whacks him with the left hand, downstairs, loads up with the right hand.
Gamboa is fighting
right
back valiantly, but is he hurt, as you say?
He is hurt, trying to hang on. Terence imposing his will on Gamboa right now. Gamboa is staggering. Slides to his right, nail with another right hand. He's ready to go again, but we're out of time in the 5th round. Nails him again. He's back on his heels. Listen to the crowd.
No smile on Gamboa's lips at the end of this round.
Here's Gamboa now. And he's nailed with that left hand and drop. You're right, Larry. He was getting brave, and he was out of position. And the rest of this round, he's fighting on instinct.
More importantly, he took some heavy shots at the end of that round, so let's see how he can approach this and where his body and his legs are under him.
I don't believe a guy can recover from the kind of damage he was experiencing
at the
end of the fifth round. We'll see.
Evens out the fight, I think, on our cards, right, Colonel, at 47 all.
Yeah, at the very least. But that's the least important thing right now. The thing is, can he continue the pace? He's fighting as a right-handed fighter now, and he continues to hurt Gamboa. Gamboa's legs aren't there at all.
And I still expect Terence to be cautious in a way and be patient. I don't expect him to.
You and I have discussed this southpaw stuff ad nauseum, but he made it work for him.
Yes, he did. Gamboa, who was down for the 7th time in his career in the 5th round. His legs aren't 100% just yet. Like Gamboa is throwing caution to the wind. He's trying to nail this guy.
Yeah, he's showing us what he's made of.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
He is showing us that he's got some.
He got cracked by a good.
You don't get to be as good as him over such a long period of time with not having a lot of fortitude.
His legs still aren't there, and we're almost 2 minutes into this 6th round.
I was just going to say that, Colonel. Still looking a little shaky as he kind of walks forward with heavy feet.
He's not just looking shaky, he is shaky, Christina. And I don't think Terence realizes that he's still in trouble. Now he gets up on his toes a little bit and bounces around. Almost his left knee buckled underneath him. Crawford boxing nicely as a southpaw now. Closing seconds now. This is the 6th round. The bell ends the 6th. Another round for Terence Crawford. And for the first time since the 1st round, I get Crawford back ahead in the fight.
Because of that 2-point round.
That's right. With Crawford out in front in the fight now. The legs appear to be back of Yuriorkis Gamboa. Crawford continues to fight as a southpaw. When he got Gamboa in trouble at Strange, he went back to fighting as an orthodox fighter, and he's been fighting southpaw ever since.
The advertisements on the mat can be slippery.
Well, the thing is, for some reason, the Cuban corner people love to pour water down a guy's shorts, so he's dripping water all over the place. Gamboa continues to slip, step on each other's front feet. Gamboa's doing a lot of slipping, and it's his own corner's own fault because, I mean, you describe his trunks are a bathing suit right now, and he's distracted by it because he keeps looking down. Gamboa's legs are totally back, so whatever they've done in the corner, he's revived. And as I say that, he gets whacked.
Well, as you pointed out, Colonel, he's been looking down.
And his footing on the canvas, because he moves a lot. He bounces around, he slides left to right. He fights up on his toes all the time.
Through motions now. Not as serious and as alive and well.
Very slippery, yeah.
All those punches that Gamboa threw and nothing really touched Crawford.
Now we see the advantage of the taller guy.
Gina Rodriguez says, hey, get that corner cleaned up over there. All right, here we go to round number 8. The Colonel Bomb Sheridan and Larry Merchant.
You know, Crawford is ambidextrous. I mean, his turning southpaw is not a tactic for a moment to try to confuse his opponents.
Different from what I talk about all the time. Round 8 action continues. Slowed down just a bit in terms of the amount of punches being landed.
You know, it's one punch at a time, hoping something happened and making something happen. But you can't count him out. Crawford's never been in with somebody like this.
And the whole difference in the fight is the knockdown. Back in the 5th round. So while the crowd in attendance is going virtually nuts, I don't know how far ahead Crawford really is on the score sheets. He's ahead.
Well, he'll get credit for everything he does at the very least.
Well, here's Gamboa in the process of landing some shots. Now, down. He dropped him, hit him with the right hand and the left hand, and the knee went down.
As soon as Gamboa got offensive, Crawford dropped him again.
But you said that he'd take risk, and he had to take risk, and it hurt him. So Gamboa has been down twice in the fight now, but that changes the whole complexion of the fight right now. Because Gamboa is still on his feet. There's not a lot of time left in this 8th round. There he is again. And he got hurt again. As Gamboa was throwing his shoe-shine punches, Crawford blasted him one more time. All right, let's take a look at this knockdown. Now you see who's on the assault. Not really landing many blows, and then bang, right across the jaw, left hand, and a solid right hand. And it dropped him down to the canvas. Gino just got himself in position to make that call because he was kind of behind. Gino Rodriguez being the official that was able to call that immediately when that foot hit the canvas.
Well, Gamboa has to know now that he's got to make something happen.
Well, he's got to throw all caution to the wind. If he gets stopped, he gets stopped, but he can't win without, as you say, taking a lot of risk now. Being knocked down twice, he knows he's behind, no matter what happened in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round.
Right hand landed, and now Crawford's going back to conventional. He lands an uppercut.
Solid uppercut. Crawford looks a little off balance right now.
Terence's legs look a little wobbly right now. They do look a little
I agree with you, Christina.
Yeah.
I think he got hit by something.
I would have to agree.
And he might have been caught in the switch, and that can give you our head changes.
I'm not sure what happened either, but when he went back to the corner after the last round, he looked a little tired. The intensity of this fight on a young fighter who hasn't experienced it before. We'll see if he has the composure, the skill, the will.
His legs, Larry, don't look to me like they look. And he makes a big mistake by turning his back. He's lucky he wasn't clubbed behind the head. Because Gamboa has been down twice in the fight. And it's my belief that he hurt Terence Crawford at some stage in this 9th round. Hey, Crawford cracked him again and straightened out the right leg of Gamboa. He drops him again. That's a hard knockdown that time with the left hook. So if Gamboa is tough and Crawford would hurt, how about that? 27, 26 seconds. He still has time to finish him off. 22 seconds, he's back at him. Gamboa's totally out on his feet. Can Crawford catch him one more time? There's no quitting Gamboa. He keeps battling, falling forward. Uppercut, drops him again. It's all over. Terence Crawford has stopped Yuriorkis. Gamboa to defend his title in his hometown.
Terence Crawford has become an American star.
This is Terence Crawford's coming out party in his own backyard.
To be a real champion.
Remember, there were stages in that round where I thought that he might have been hurt, and he drops him with a vicious left hook.
Never before defeated, obviously never knocked out. one of the most celebrated amateurs of his time. At 32, Gamboa gets stopped.
At 2 minutes, 53 seconds of round number 9. The winner by knockout victory, the fighting pride of Omaha, Nebraska, USA, still WBO lightweight champion of the world, Terence.